Well, Canada, it's time for another one of those videos. Last year, these videos were, hey, here's all the evidence I have that Erin O'Toole will eventually stab you in the back on these issues. And 1 year later, it's, hey, look, guys, Erin O'Toole has stabbed you in the back on this particular issue. Today, it's China, Huawei, and being pro-Canada in any shape or form? Yeah, we could throw that out the window. So, Erin O'Toole has hired Huawei's former VP, Jake Ehrenreich, to run his war room, right? To do the propaganda, fight the libs. Now, this guy was VP for Huawei during the Meng Wanzhou thing. Okay, now to recap. We all kind of know that China is up to no good. We know that China controls sort of all the high-level sort of Chinese businesses. And by China, I mean the Chinese government. All right, we know the CCP, had active interest in Huawei. We know that Meng Wanzhou was protected by the CCP, right, because she's a part of the government apparatus. That's committing a genocide. So when Meng Wanzhou was busted for sanctions, right, the Chinese, because they see her as part of the Communist Party, kidnapped two Canadians, Michael Kovrig and Michael Spavrig, and basically have detained them, put them in horrible conditions to use as basically, it's a hostage negotiation. That's how they see it. It's not normal diplomacy. So the very fact that they kidnapped the two Michaels on behalf of Meng Wanzhou shows how important and part of the Communist Party she is. And if she's an executive of Huawei, shows how tied in Huawei is to the Communist Party of China. Now, Jake Ehrenreich, former Huawei VP, will now be running Erin O'Toole's war room. So we got the communists and the Muslim Brotherhood fighting the libs. What could go wrong? This guy, I guess he has a lot of experience because he was in the Huawei war room. This was the guy who was, running propaganda for Huawei when they were detaining Canadian citizens. He was in charge of being like, no, we gotta give this, Meng Wanzhou was innocent, the Michael Kovrig, Michael Spavrig, they actually might have been spies, who knows? This was his job. So for the last year or so, he's been actively working to undermine Canadian interests, to advance the genocidal communist regime's global dominance. So Erin O'Toole's like, oh my god, hates Canada? Pushing the global dominance of a force that hates Canada? Ho, this guy's in my inner circle right now. Get me on the phone. I'm gonna have him. Can we revive Mohammed Morsi's corpse and put him into the cabinet too? No, Aaron, he's dead. How about Hassan al-Banna, founder of the Muslim Brotherhood? Can he get in my caucus? Also dead, but you know what? Maybe they'll make an exception under Erin O'Toole. If Erin O'Toole becomes prime minister, maybe we will be allowed to have dead corpses of terrorists actively. They probably won't even have to elect them, but I think Erin O'Toole will probably lobby for being able to institute the dead corpses of famous Islamists and communist dictators and put them into the cabinet. Maybe that will be Canada. Build back better. Own the libs. Own the libs by, reviving, Leon Trotsky and Mao Zedong and Hassan al-Banna, and they'll be the new national security force. They'll be in charge of economics, national security, and religious freedom. What could go wrong in Erin O'Toole's Canada? So I'm veering a bit into ridiculousness now because, I've been doing this for a year. For an entire year, I've been saying, look at all the connections Erin O'Toole has. None of this says even remotely conservative. None of this spells any good for Canada. And I'm very happy to say that, there might be two explanations here, but over the last year, there's been a lot less people who've just come on here saying, you're working for the Liberals because you want us to lose. We just need Erin O'Toole to get Justin Trudeau out. Listen, I hate Trudeau. But I hate Trudeau not because he wore blackface and he's, arrogant. I can understand the arrogance if he was doing something good for the country. I hate Justin Trudeau because he's actively trying to destroy the country with radical policies. Erin O'Toole is going to use those exact same radical policies, but put a conservative face on it. So now the radical left-wing policies will have a conservative face on it, so when the next liberal government gets in, they could go even further to the left, and pretending that capitulating to China is a right-wing idea. So actually becoming China is now the new progressive thing to do. This is the threat. The threat is Erin O'Toole is going to drag the country so far to the left, completely undermine all the remaining institutions, national security threat, completely erode any sort of extremist defenses that we have, against, ideological pathogens. Throw that all out the window. We'll have the Muslim Brotherhood. We'll have the Chinese. We'll have every evil government, everyone with pockets deep enough to pay for something will own part of Canada under Erin O'Toole. And here he is. So he even removed. I'm going to make the friggin' thumbnail of this video. The petition that Erin O'Toole had to ban Huawei as recently as this November. As recently as this November, he was talking. He had forwarded a petition to ban Huawei in Canada. Ban Huawei in Canada. Now he takes one of their vice presidents to run his own war room. Come on. I do like it that I think there's very few people left who now support Erin O'Toole's lawsuit against me for exposing all this over a year ago.